Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Go ahead.
Tell us your name first, please.
Terry Jones.
Terry, Terry.
Aye.
Oh, aye. Okay. Terry, tell us what you were. But you said you were glad that Scott Brown won.
I'm glad that Brown won. I grew up on Cape my whole life. I've lived in Hyannis Port for 30 years. I'm a Kennedy supporter, but my heart was not with Martha Coakley.
Why?
She didn't speak to me at all. Brown did, and I'm just glad he won. That's all I can say.
In what ways did he speak to you?
Well, the health care, I favor national health care, but I didn't see it going forward with Martha Coakley, even though she was for it. My heart was just for Scott Brown. That's all I can say. It was just for Scott Brown.
You know, he won big here. It's like
He
62%
did,
of the vote.
he did, and that's amazing. It's amazing because everyone is for Kennedy around here, everyone. I grew up here. I love the Kennedys, but my heart wasn't for Martha Coakley at all. Not at all.
I guess you're a Hyannis Port resident?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about, first of all, are you a Democrat?
I vote a split ticket.
Okay. So you're an independent?
Yes.
Okay. What's your name, sir?
Bruce Frazier.
Spell your last name, please.
Frazier.
And are you a resident of Hyannis Port?
No, Hyannis.
Hyannis, okay. Tell us about what you did yesterday, voting-wise, and why.
Let me go back further than that. I've been watching the campaign that Martha Coakley's been following, and I don't think it was an ethical campaign, and I think it was a reflection on her inability to be a leading senator. And when Scott Brown came in strong, and I was reading his brochures and his information, I said, he's my man. So even though I was in the beginning going to vote for Martha Coakley, I voted for Scott Brown.
Had you been a Kennedy supporter before?
Yes.
Had you voted for Kennedy?
Yes.
Yeah. So what was that like going into the voting booth and, voting for a Republican?
Sad.
But you did it.
I did it.
And now you are happy?
I am happy.
Tell us why.
I liked Scott Brown's statement that it's not a candidate seat, it's the people's seat. And what I would like to mention is that I hope that the politicians everywhere in this country that aren't doing their job and living up to their capabilities and selling the country down the tube are in their last stage of their political career, and the next person can step up and do their job.
Now, about Kennedy. This vote was not about Kennedy, I take it. I mean, it wasn't about the job he did or how you felt about him, even though, Vicky went out and supported Martha, publicly campaigned for her.
Well, they always do that because that's their party. They're true to their party.
Right.
To me, it's not an issue with Ted Kennedy. I'm sorry that he's gone. I think he did a great job. We have to move on.
The torch has passed.
The torch has passed.
Tell me a little bit about the sadness that you felt yesterday when you did, vote for Republican after being a lifelong Kennedy supporter.
It's the end of an era. It's history. Teddy was in there for over 40 years. So, we got to move on.
Okay. Thanks for talking with us.
You're welcome.
Your name, how you spell it, and where you're from?
Bob Fitzgerald, Hyannis Port. It's Fitzgerald.
Okay, great. And tell me a little bit about your reaction to this election.
I was glad to see that we had a choice this year. I've always voted for Ted Kennedy for every time that he's run, and I was sad to see that we didn't have that opportunity this time. But I wanted to send a message as a Democrat to the Democratic Party that we're a little dissatisfied with where the party's heading. And I believe that putting a Republican in for the next 2.5 years would allow the Democratic Party to realize they've made a mistake in the past and they have time to fix it for 2010.
And were you surprised with the results at all? Or?
No, in all actuality, I was making bets that it was going to be a 4% Brown victory, and it was 5%.
And, what are you hearing from other people around this location? Anything in particular for feedback or reactions?
Mostly Brown supporters. If you drive around and look at the signs, there were more Brown signs than Coakley. It was kind of funny. I drove with my 12-year-old son from Centerville to Hyannis Port, and he was counting the signs, and he came up with 35 Brown signs and 2 Coakley signs, which told him kind of where the election was headed.
And anything else you'd like to add?
No, I hope that Mr. Brown, Senator Brown, now does the job he said that he was going in there to do, and that he can represent all of Massachusetts and not just the Republican interests. And I think he will.
Perfect. Thank you. If you look towards my shoulder, look a little more natural. If I get your name, how you spell it, and where you're from?
Diane Hunt. Dianehunt. Hyannis Port.
Very good. And what are your thoughts about the election results?
I'm very pleased. I think it's a very good step. He seems energetic and very intelligent, whereas the other opponent was lackadaisical.
And would you mind if I asked, have you traditionally voted Republican, or how have you voted in the past, if you don't mind? Oh, you have voted Democratic. And what would be the reasons why you've changed it on this particular occasion?
Because I agree that things are not exactly going the way we expected.
Very good. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I'm just very happy.
Thank you.